Hey guys, this is Phyllis from Haasonline Software. I'm going to show you how to create a trade bot. So basically, a trade bot is our main bot type. This bot allows you to basically automate your trades based on algorithmic trading or special different configurations. So the first thing you're going to want to do is click on the trade bot little tab up here, and then we'll be given some options. So basically we want to select the exchange that we want to select a trade bot on. I'm going to choose Coinbase with Bitcoin USD, and then you can name your bot. I'll just call it Coinbase, and then click Save. Once you have done this, your bot will be created here, but we need to set it up first. So go ahead and click on the little eye icon to the very right. Go ahead and click on that, and here we go. So this is the main, this is the TradeBot interface. So basically the first thing we need to do is click on Trade Settings, and we need to set up a couple things first. So right now I've got 0.04 Bitcoins on one side, on the bot side, meaning that I have Bitcoin, and now I've got 0.04 Bitcoin on the sold side, which is in US dollars. So basically we need to decide how much we want to trade. We have a few different ways to do this. One is a fixed amount, so I could select 0.02 if I wanted to, and that would be fine. We can also select all in. All in is technically not all in. It uses 95% of your balance on the side that you choose, and I'll explain the side that you choose, which is basically the position later. But yeah, so keep in mind it uses 95%. The reason why it uses 95% is because in periods of high volatility, the amount, say if you're sold and you want to buy, will constantly change as it's like going up. And so we do this so to make sure that orders are basically 100% guaranteed to go through. So if we wanted to select all in, we could, or you can use a percentage that you want the coins on the bought side, on the sold side. But for now, we can do a fixed amount. We'll leave it at, because of what I have here, we'll leave it at 0.02. And we also, the major thing that when we need to set this up, we need to tell the bot what position we are in. The position is basically what the starting point is. So if you set it to sold, that means for the currency pair US dollar Bitcoin, we are going to be sold means that you have US dollars. If we change it to bought, that means that you have Bitcoin. So we'll go ahead and say we're going to start off with Bitcoin as our position, and then we'll go ahead and click Save. We can also select. We can also tell the bot like what our last buy price was and what our last sold price was. This is useful for our insurances, which I'll get into a little bit later. We can also tell it to force market orders. Some exchanges have native market orders, which basically it'll find a partner for you to execute your trade with. This uses that. If an exchange doesn't have that, we'll simulate this. And you can also use spread orders as well. But for now, we'll just keep it at limit, and the default is limit orders. So we'll just keep it at limit orders, as that works for us. So we'll go ahead and click Save. And now we'll notice that this little error message has gone away. So basically, I'll explain the little messages at the top. This kind of helps you to troubleshoot your setup. So if any of these are shown, that means that there's either an issue or something's going on. The first one relates to the API connection to the exchange. The next one is about your trade amount and position. So if this lights up, that means you need to check either your position or the trade amount. This means that there's a safety active, which I'll explain a little bit later. And this one is telling you if there's an open order or not. So if there is an open order, you may want to cancel it manually on the exchange and then continue. So now basically we have all this set up, so we need to decide on how we want our bot to trade. For this one, I'll be showing you a very simple RSI-based bot, which is great during sideways markets. So we just want to click the plus sign on indicators, and then we'll scroll down. We have a ton of indicators here. Keep in mind I am running the advanced license, so everything's basically unlocked. We'll click RSI, click Add, and then we'll go ahead and click on the actual RSI thing so we can change it. So now we have some beautiful looking charts. We have the RSI chart down there. Soon over here, where the numbers are coming in, this is going to be the order book. This will slowly load as the order book is populated, and down here you will see trades. So basically we want to set it up. One really nice thing about Haasbot is I can monitor one exchange and execute trades on another. So since this bot is set up for Coinbase, if I really wanted to, I could monitor like OKCoin or Kraken, BTCE, Bitfinex, or Bitstamp, or basically any other exchange to monitor the price. So if there's a price movement going up, for example, on say OKCoin, and I know that they're going to lead, I probably want to monitor their exchange, but actually execute the orders on Coinbase. But to keep this simple, we'll just keep it on Coinbase. And then you can you want to keep the pair the same. That's fine. And so for RSI, I want something a little longer than 10 minutes. I'll use 30 minutes, and then we can choose the candlestick type. I actually want ashy because it kind of smooths things out. The deviation offset basically works by like delaying trade signals. So if you have an indicator that works really well, but it's buying a tad bit too early, or if it's selling a little tad too early, you can actually add like a few values to this so it delays it, which is very useful for tweaking. We're not going to do that right now though. Then we also get to choose, okay, do I want RSI to create buy signals? Do I want to create sell signals? And I do want to do both, but if I only wanted to buy, I would unselect the sell trade signal. The next option is reverse buy and sell signals. Say if you have an indicator that trades horribly, you can actually reverse the signals. So whenever it says buy, the bot will actually sell, and vice versa. This is really useful for some additional tweaking. Master indicator is a new feature in Haasbot 2.2. The master indicator basically makes it so that when you have currently when you set up two indicators with the bot without the master indicator setting, both of the indicators must agree on the same trade signal for a trade to get sent through. But the master indicator overrides this, so it kind of becomes an OR condition. So that's useful if you're designing something a little more complex. And now that we have the parameters, so the length for RSI is basically the amount of candles it uses to calculate the RSI. So basically 30 is default. I want to change that and say I want 23 because I know that's a pretty decent value. But we'll see. So once everything's all set the way you want it, we'll click Update, and then we'll click on the the Rewind button, which is a backtest indicator. We want to do that so that we update our chart here. And then we have some nice charts made up. You can zoom out a little bit, and just to see where it would have traded. So it would have bought down here, which was quite nice. It's not too bad, except it would have been bought here. So I mean, you can kind of tweak the settings a little bit. If I wanted to do 25 instead, just update, repeats. And yeah, you just can basically tweak until you find something you really want. This is actually not too bad. And yeah, so we have basically this set up the way we want. So I mean, it's very nice that we have the order book here, so we can actually watch that live if we want. We have the order book visualized right here. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so now say this is what I want to run. That's fine. I'll go ahead and click back. And now I have the option to add a safety or multiple safety, or if I want to add more indicators, I could. But we'll go ahead and add a safety. As you can see back here, there was one time I didn't really like that it would buy here because it would have fell down. I mean, the price dumped right there, so we probably want to get out. So we can actually add a safety to help out with this. So we'll go ahead and add a safety. I'm going to use dynamic drop loss for this. Dynamic drop loss is a pretty awesome feature. Basically, it's used in defensive strategies. So say basically, I mean, you can set it to monitor different exchanges as well, but we'll keep it on Coinbase, the same as the indicator. So say I'll set this to 99% over 240 minutes. Basically the way this works is that, let's go ahead and update this and it'll show a little bit better. So yeah, as you can see here, basically the chart so basically if the price drops 1% over the course of 1 hour, then the bot will sell, and it'll disallow indicators from buying during the entire time that it's below. So say like right here is our line that was calculated, and it recalculates for the amount of time that you say. So say at 4 hours it keeps it here at around 231.24, and then it'll recalculate the next 4 hours. So this is extremely useful for that, because the RSI would have stayed bought for that drop, or this would get me out at about like 1/3 of the way down, which is extremely useful. So I like this setting, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it and go back. And so yeah, now I have RSI set up with a dynamic drop loss. So now we'll go ahead and, I mean, you don't have to add a safety. You can just keep an indicator running, or vice versa. If you just want to run the dynamic drop loss to protect yourself in case there's a drop in the price, then yeah, that's quite good. But I'll go ahead and just show you for the demonstration that I'll add a insurance. So say okay, let's see for this. So we have dynamic drop loss RSI. So I'll show you one of the new insurances. Mainly insurances that are useful are like overcoming fee costs. So like if the bot was going to sell at a loss, this would prevent it from doing that, which is good. But it also has a drawback of that you can get stuck in a specific position. There's never sell cheaper. You can disable it on losses. Cancel order after X minute is actually very useful. And avoid walls, which is okay. But yeah, so I'll just go ahead. So for that, I'll say we'll use the cancel order after X minute. So basically, we all know that the Bitcoin market can move fast. I'm going to change the timeout in minutes to 1. Go back. I mean, I know that the markets do move very quickly. So if I play by default, if you don't use this, the bot will wait 10 minutes before canceling an order. So by changing this, you change that value to 1. So say if the bot was trying to sell through an indicator that say if that order was not filled, it would cancel after 1 minute, and on the next trade signal, it'll replace the order. So for RSI, that's good because usually it's in a couple candlesticks that you're going to get a buy or sell signal. So that's incredibly useful. Keep in mind that safeties do not follow insurances at all. So I mean, this does not apply to the dynamic drop loss. So, but yeah, that's basically it. So now that I have this, we can either backtest it to see how it would have done historically, or we can just go ahead and activate it. I'll go ahead and run a backtest with you guys. So we'll backtest it. Once you click backtest, you will be given how long you want the backtest to be. We can just do it for like, I don't know. Let's just do it for like 24 hours, I suppose. And yeah, and so now the bot will go ahead and do that. And yeah, so there's no trades over 24 hours, which is fine because the market hasn't really done much. If you really want, and when you run a backtest, if there's no trades, it's okay. But you always want to check your position because the bot literally does simulate trades. So the position that you initially set it up to, like say bought, as I did, can be sold if there were trades. So you always want to check that, and you always want to clear the statistics, which is the little eraser button. So, but there were no trades on that, so we don't need to do that. No. Okay, don't worry about that. That was just one of my applications in Mac crashing. But yeah, so basically we can go ahead and run a backtest. We'll do it at 1 week. And it may take it may take a minute or so. Really depends on whether or not your bot has the data, because we do have multiple price servers around the world. So I mean, in order for it to run a backtest, it needs to grab all the data. So yeah, so we have 3 trades over that period that the bot simulated, and for a profit of 2 cents, which is awesome. But yeah, so this is basically how you do it, and you want to clear the statistics here before you do anything else. And you want to check. So yeah, the bot actually did change it to sold, so you want to set it back at bought. Click save. And then we can go ahead and activate it. So when you activate the bot, just click the play button. It'll say, do you really want to? Say yes. And that is all we need to do. And so we'll go back to the dashboard, and our bot is set up live to trade. And that is it. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. I mean, there's a lot of indicators, a lot of combinations you can do. You can spend hours tweaking. But in general, that's the overall process. So be sure to check out the other videos on setting up the other type of bots. And yeah, best of luck and happy trading.